need like an official intro because just using the generic sound, I'm like, that's not the vibe. It's cozy reading time, not like tropical paradise awesomeness. I don't know if anybody else picks up on that vibe, but that's what I get. But hello, welcome. We're doing reading sprints today, and I'm so glad that you could join us. We, of course, have me, who you probably know, but we also have Monica here. Yay! I'm so glad that you could join us. We would also have Rachel, but Rachel is currently indisposed, but she is here in the chat, lurking somewhere. Let's see, we already have somebody blaming you for obsessions, Monica.
I love this for me. But that's fine, Julia, because that's like sounds like it's a you problem and not a me problem, so that's fine.
Well, I just finished One Dark Window, so I am also in camp low-key obsessed, but I blame you and Rachel equally, so like, share the blame.
Yeah. I feel like Rachel will feel a little bit left out if she's not equally blamed in the situation as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, pretty much all of my TBR I blame on you guys anyways. I only read things because you suggest them.
Yeah. Well, to be fair though, this readathon has done the opposite for me, where I've read something that you've recommended.
Yay!
Yeah,
I always appreciate that.
It was funny because I was like, I was literally talking to you about it, and you were like, I'd probably not read that one, and I was like, okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, in particular, like when I was making my TBR for the readathon, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read a Buy Back Your Time because the premise of it sounds pretty cool. But then I didn't realize until I started literally reading the blurb for the video where I was talking about my TBR that I'm like, oh, this is like a business book. I don't even know if I want to read it anymore.
Have you picked it up this month?
Not yet. I mean, what? I actually did a decent amount of reading on the plane. I'm feeling pretty positive about how much I've been able to read, given that it's been a busy month. So far, I finished The Love Hypothesis. I started that before the month, though, so that's, what it is. I read One Dark Window. I started and finished that on my 14-hour plane trip. I read The Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. I finished that one off. That one was really good. I've read the book club book, like already, like a full week before the book club meeting. Who is she?
Love this.
Thank you. And I've also read Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. I think that's all. I mean, that's like a decent amount for me. I think that's all I've done so far. What have you managed to finish up this month?
I have quite the list. I have to like crank out the spreadsheet. That's kind of like a decent chunk. What have I read so far? I've read quite a few graphic novels. I've unhauled a lot. Like I've just literally looked straight at my pile of unhauled books and been like, I unhauled a lot. That's nothing to do with the readathon. Hear me panicking, being like, what did I read? When you like someone asks you like, oh, tell us about yourself, and you've forgotten every single personality trait you've had in your entire life. That's
I literally have my reading journal here to help me because I'm like, I don't even remember what I read.
Yeah. Though, if anyone wants any recs in the chat, just a couple of shout outs because I love to do a couple of recs here and there. I've really fallen in love with novellas this year. And I read When Among Crows by Veronica Roth. And so I was a Divergent girly back in the day until I read the last book, and like we just don't talk about the last book anyway. So I read that trilogy and I was very much like, I'm done with her after that. But then this month I actually picked up When Among Crows, which was amazing. 5-star read, still thinking about it. Made our friend Bronwyn read it and she loved it, so just a little plug for that one. And then also I've been going through the Murderbot Diaries series as well, because the TV shows on Apple TV.
There's a TV show for it? I didn't even know, because I've been meaning to read that one, and now I feel like I have to read the book before I watch the thing.
They are novellas, so they're only like 2.5. Wait, not 2.5 at 2 times speed. 4 and a bit hours long. So you could get it done in an afternoon if you were just like in the background. And it's really funny. And look, we love a sentient robot that hates people. It's great.
What, does it look like it can relate kind of thing?
Yeah. There's a couple of times where I've looked at Will and been like, relatable, and he's like, yeah, relatable.
I've heard good things about that one. I don't know what it's about because I am so like spoiler averse that I like refuse to read the blurb of anything before I even read the book. So most times I go in fully blind for pretty much everything I read.
Yeah.
Of course, that was a little different with this month with, doing the TBR and such and reading the blurbs like on camera. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. That would have been a nice surprise. It's like the character's name. I'm like, spoilers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Jess doesn't like to know anything. So it's very hard to recommend her books as well. Like I have to just be like, you will like it. It is your vibe.
It's literally that. I just put like full trust in you and Rachel to only recommend me things that are actually going to be a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it seems like a few people have also. Julia, I also read Monstrous. I just finished volume 9 yesterday. So yeah, no, I did. You might have seen that actually on my Goodreads. But yeah, I also finished that. But there are a few people that also love Murderbot. Shout out to Murderbot. I feel like that is my like series of the readathon this year. But yeah.
Oh, I read Undead and Unwed as well, which is silly because
Oh,
it's literally on my top 5 TBR. So yeah, I read that one. That one, I didn't realize how short it actually was because I read that many moons ago. I saw somebody had put in the Discord space. Also, if you're not part of our Discord, please come join us. It's the first link in the description. We would love to have you there. You don't have to be like a hardcore reader. You don't have to be specifically doing reading during these reading sprints. But if you like books or even the theory of books, then come join us. We'd love to have you sit with us. But somebody had put in there that they gave it a 1 star. It's like, wow, this is really a product of its time. And I'm just like, obviously I'm not a critical thinker because I just had a great time.
Yeah. Look, I'm here. I'm all like, I think this is the same with what was that other book that we'd read that we were like, look, this was just a really great time. And I'm pretty sure it was for the reading retreat as well last year. Oh, City of. Oh.
Yeah, that's literally. I'm reading the second book right now. Yeah. It was House of Bane and Blood. House of Bane and Blood. Yeah.
Look,
so many X of a Y and Z kind of a thing. Yeah. House of Bane and Blood, City of Mirth and Malice. Yeah. So that's what I'm reading today. What are you reading?
So I'm going to be reading The Crimson Moth, which prompt is it for? For me, it is for my first in the series, Traps and Lures. But thankfully, this was one of those books where I was a bit naughty, and I'm trying really hard to get out of this habit. It's a duology, thankfully, thank God, because I kind of maybe bought book 2 without actually reading book 1 first.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that does sound like you. So I'm like, are we surprised? No.
No. Look, I'm trying to kick the habit, okay? But it just like it kept looking at me at the bookstore, and I couldn't not. And like everyone that I've spoken to has really enjoyed it. I don't think I've actually seen any negative reviews for people that I follow, right? Like not like there will be negative reviews, but it won't be from people that I like trust their opinions on. So, yeah, so I might need to get onto that ASAP. So, which is why I was like, I'll prioritize reading it now.
No, that's very fair. I mean, what? Yeah, we last year during a reading sprint, we were all finishing off House of Bane and Blood, and I know that for the 5 of us who started, I think only 3 of us finished, and I was probably the last one because that's my MO.
Yeah, but also you did
the dramatic reenactment of the book.
Yeah. It was great. It was
a good time. I'm getting very confused when it's like, I was alone in the carriage, but there was a man there. I'm like, so you weren't alone?
Yeah. Look,
it was a good time.
It was a good time. It was still a good time.
Thankfully, the start of the book has a recap, though, because it's been a while. I did not remember anything that happened. So there's like a little kind of, is it a prologue? I don't know. Previously on this series, like there was a page that's kind of going through it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was really helpful because otherwise I'm like, cool, I'm gonna have to like reread the first book, and I don't really want to do that. Like, not to say that it's bad, I just don't want to reread it.
Yeah. We need to kick off sprints soon, but as a last thing before we go into sprints, someone just asked if we could pretty please explain how reading sprints work.
Excellent. Good question. So essentially our sprints are going to be working on a 50-10 split. So we have 50 minutes of reading followed by 10 minutes of banter and just running our mouths. It is quiet time during the sprint time. So we won't be saying anything. We won't have any kind of background noise, but there is going to be a ding to call us back to what we're doing. You can see the timer here on screen. So we've got about 2.5 minutes because somebody started the timer late. It was me. So just a little bit of time left for our banter. So as we're getting ready for our sprint time, make sure that you're comfy, make sure that you have your drink because we're going to be setting in for a 50-minute block of just like dedicated time to read. If you don't want to read, totally cool. You can do journaling, you can fold your laundry, you can just sit here and stare at the screen if you want to. Your choices are your own, but whatever you're doing, we want to hear about it. Make sure that you drop it down into the chat or the comments, depending on whether you're watching this live or on the replay. As Monica mentioned, she's going to be reading The Crimson Moth. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be reading City of Mirth and Malice. Have you started, or are you like partway through?
I am partway through, so I was hoping to use sprints to finish it up today.
I realize I just asked you like the same thing. It's like, are you this or are you the exact same thing?
Look, it is 9 a.m. on a Sunday here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Jess and I are not fully awake yet. I have my coffee. I have my coffee ready to go. Have I had breakfast? No, but
Tink.
I've gone on a walk. So
you're doing better than me. I woke up and was like, oh gosh, I need to like prepare the actual timer video kind of a thing. So that was me just like clipping together all of these tiny pieces because effectively the way that I make it is that it's just a picture overlay. So there's a picture overlay of the 01, which is now 00, and then another picture overlay for the seconds, and then just have them come up for like 1 second strips. So it looks like a giant zebra crossing with all of these giant segments of little bits and pieces. And my computer's like, you expect me to render this before the stream? I think not good, sir.
Look, Wes, I was just like having a good time, just being like la 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 la. So really, you were putting the hard yards in this morning. So I feel like don't sell yourself too short there. I was just, walking around.
Walking around, yeah. I need to get back into the swing of walking because since I've gotten back from my trip, I have not been so great with that routine. But I'll get it back. Tomorrow is Monday. We can start again then.
Yeah. Oh, so we got some people. Oh, man, kudos to the Australians. Just real quick plug before we have to go because, like, it is but early there.
That is your bell. Alrighty, team. 50 minutes of whatever it is you want to work on. Let us know in the comments, and we will be back to banter with you in 49 minutes and 52 seconds. We're back. Hopefully the timer noise didn't scare you.
Yeah, not me, thankfully. This is the
Oh,
first time we
good.
did it last year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it can catch you unaware if you're very kind of like focused on what you're doing, but let us know what progress you made. Monica, how did you get on?
So I'm a little bit annoyed that I got halfway through a chapter, but it's fine. But stuff is starting to kick off. I got to page 278 of Crimson Moth. I didn't start it today, so like, that's just, I didn't read 200 pages in 45 minutes. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be quite an impressive feat. I'm on page 209 of 377, so
Nice.
I'm slowly chugging along. I feel like I could probably get this one wrapped up by the time we're finished, but we'll have to wait and see
Yeah.
because I did also get distracted.
By food, I hope, or
I wish. No, I got distracted by planning for food because eventually Vogel will go and get the groceries, and I need him to get them before lunchtime so that I can prep my lunch.
yeah, very fair, very fair. I see some people did actually get a scare in the chat. Sorry, but now you know
Apologies.
what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to find a sound that was kind of like a one and done because sometimes like the timers that some people use is like burr, 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 and you're just like, oh, like it's a panic. I'm
Yeah,
just like a simple bell ding, like
yeah, yeah. I am overstimulated by this bell. No, that's good.
yeah,
This
the
one's
bell
good.
has overstimulated me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. But no, is
Nice.
your book going good though? You're enjoying it?
Yeah, like I've been messaging Bronwyn about it because she's read it before, and so I have been like, oh, is this the thing? Is this the thing? And she's just like, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Oh, this silence, silence. Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But I feel like
yeah.
you would enjoy this. I feel like I'm going to recommend this to you to pick up, and I will not say anything other than I'm having a good time because I know that's all I need to tell you.
Literally that. Yeah, if you're having a good time, then I'll probably have a good time. It's one
Yeah.
of those things that I like. I seem to be very bad with starting and not finishing series, so I feel good
Mm,
about reading this book now because we started this series last
yeah.
year. I think it's just a duology. I hope it's just a duology.
Oh, for that one, yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, for my one, it's definitely, but for, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. For yours, I think so. I mean, they could do like a standalone series
Yeah,
where,
possibly.
yeah, fun times.
Yeah. Well, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because then it's like once I finish this book, that's like it feels like something that's been checked off in a way.
Yeah,
Whereas I have a bunch of other series on the go or like series that I want to start and such, and I'm like, I just the completionist in me wants to finish things before I start new things, but the mood reader in me wants to start new things.
I can't see it. I'm in triple figures for my series, so I can't relate.
Oh my god.
I
How
stress
does
you
one
out so
function?
much.
That would done me a frighten very much. Yeah, I think that what I've got this one on the go. Order and Chaos, I think, is the general series title. We've
Mm,
obviously got series that have been started but not finished because the authors haven't released the final books. So there's at least
yeah.
3 of those.
Mm,
We've got Shadow Demon Saga that I'm not finished with. Like I'm on to book 2 of like 12 or something. And the 12th book isn't
mm,
out yet, but still. And
yeah.
I've been keeping a list of it or a log of it in my reading journal. I feel like I haven't actually written them all down, and the list has already overwhelmed me. And I know there's at least like 6 other series. I'm like, ooh, I want to start that one.
Yeah, and I think that Rachel and I also do not help that habit because we are very much into the series. I probably even more so than Rachel. Like Rachel will pick up a standalone here and there, whereas I'm very much like, oh, one book? Maybe not.
I think that the part about a one book kind of it's not a one book series, it's not a series,
Yeah,
but if you fall in love with the characters and get really invested in the universe and such, and then you only
yeah,
get one book, it's sad. It's like,
yeah,
oh, I have like we only just started. Why isn't there more? Whereas for
yeah.
some series, it's just like a why did you need 8 books to tell this story?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is very story dependent. You're right, because like for example, I like Jess and I send a lot of reels to one another and Rachel, and I sent her one the other day, and it's like perfectly summed up my feelings on finishing Throne of Glass and Kingdom of Ash. It was like this little girl just like sobbing, being like, and she's like, and her mum's like comforting her, and I was like, this is me every single time I finish this series because I have to say goodbye to these characters and I'm not ready.
Whereas Rachel and I were talking about it, and we're just like, is it worth reading the series just to read Kingdom of Ash? Because I know that Rachel had like a time with Kingdom of
Yeah.
Ash, in part baby brain, but also just like emotionally charged everything. Whereas when I read it, I was in transit for a lot of the time, so I was like in airports and on planes and such, and I'm like, this isn't an appropriate place to get all up in my feels and like weepy and stuff. So.
Yeah.
I feel like I did myself a disservice with where and when I read that, because I think it would have been nicer to read at home in my safe space so I could really kind of get in my feelings with it.
Exactly. So just reading, someone said that they started a lot of series this month. I feel for you, but also like, welcome to the club. It's me. Hi.
Oh my gosh. I have a sticker that says that now because of the table that I sat at at Go Wild. They had a lot of Taylor Swift related stickers and merch bits and whatever. And it's like, I have one of those stickers. I'm gonna need to like hoard it like a dragon because it needs to go somewhere special.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's it's the like, where do I put the, like, if you had a Kindle, you could stick it on the back of your Kindle, like, just like a little bit of tape, not actually like stick it down, because that's too much permanence there. But yeah, I really need to get into more, because now that I've got my e-reader, like my proper e-reader, I want to get like a clear cover so that I can start doing all the like stickers at the back like they do on the cool kids do. I'm not a cool kid, but I want to do it like the cool kids.
I think you're a cool kid.
It involves having to buy said stickers, but I will find some places. I feel like I could get some good, decent fantasy ones with like swords and stuff like that, but I like the quotes as well.
Yeah.
But just have to keep it PG because people might read the back of it and be like, what does this acronym mean? And I'm going to be like, no, I'm not explaining that to you.
No. You just need to do what the elder generations do, where it's like LOL means lots of love. It's like grandma just died, lol.
Yeah.
It's like, did you mean to send that? Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do love seeing people decorate the back of their Kindle cases, and I also love it when people do it on like a separate piece of paper that they then slip into the back of a clear cover because then you kind of like change it out seasonally. So it's like, when you're in your fantasy reading era or whatever, you can have all your fantasy stickers, but when you're in your like, historical fiction or whatever, if you're that kind of reader, but you can just switch them out and such.
I'm like, have I made you read historical fiction before?
Like, no, wasn't like the one that we just read for book club. What was that one called?
Dungeons and Drama?
No, the other one, Strange Beasts.
Strange. I was like, that is definitely not historical fiction.
It could be a historical fiction. Oh my god, that's 2012 or like whatever. It's not.
Yeah. Also, small plug for the people that are here that are just joining Jess's live, but like not actually a part of the book club or our Discord. You should come join us because we have a good time, and we're going to be next week talking about this month's book club pick.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I actually really enjoyed it. Like, no spoilers because I don't want to tell you spoilers, but it was a good time. It wasn't a long time. It was a good time.
Yeah, you and I have very different ratings.
That's kind of funny thing because like Rachel was reading it, she saw my rating, and then she saw yours, and she's like, "Cool." So I'll just like fall somewhere in the middle. I was like, 5 stars, no notes. I loved this. This was great.
I was like, I had lots of problems.
I think it's just because like I'm just a sucker for. I don't want to say teen romance because that's not really what I mean, but things that are like set in high school. I think it's just this like big nostalgia feeling for me or whatnot. So I kind of. I just enjoy the stories of it, even though it's quite juvenile a lot of the time. Like, oh, my mom just doesn't get me, and I did something bad, and now I'm being punished. I'm like, well, yeah, because like, anyways, again, no spoilers, but it is like right at the start of the book, she's being grounded for insert reason here. So like, whatever.
Yeah. I just love that, like, so we're kicking off book club now. Like, that's fine. Like, Rachel just be having a snooze.
No spoilers. All right, we'll leave that to next weekend. But yeah, like Monica said, if you want to join our book club, completely free. You don't have to read the book every single month. If it's not one that's really kind of like your vibe or your genre or whatnot, you're more than welcome to skip a month or read something else for the reading prompt that we pick. But our next one is going to be, I think it's called the dose effect or something, about dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. I don't think it's endorphins. I don't know. Whichever one the E is.
Eliana, the quick answer to that is yes.
Yes,
Right.
you can.
Yeah.
It's a great question. You can. Alrighty, team, let's set in another 50-ish minutes, 49 minutes and 46 seconds. We will see you in a bit. How do we get on?
I'm so glad that I finished the chapter before, because the chapter before would have had me coming on the live blushing.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm literally right in the middle of one. But the best part about it is that there's somebody at the door to the office and they're trying to wrap things up. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm the guy in the office right now because I'm like, I need to finish this up because we've got the 10-minute break. But yes.
Yeah, so we're obviously both having a time. But I have 57 minutes left of my audiobook.
Oh, nice.
Slash my physical book because I'm tandem reading it. Yeah, so it's like I've got like this much left of it, like a teeny weeny bit.
Well, I've got this much left because it's not enough. But no, I'm on page 230 of 377 because I notably got distracted by a notification. Apologies, dear readers.
You got called out. Call yourself out.
Very
you played
fair.
yourself.
This is always the worry about like, you know, sharing the timer in the background and all of this and such. So to get it to work so that you guys can hear the ding, I need to share audio from the computer, which means I'm always like worried. I'm like, oh, an email's going to come in or like a notification's going to pop up. No, it's just me. I'm the problem. Every time.
You're just keeping everybody on their toes. Be like, are you listening? How loud is your sound? Because don't have it too loud, guys.
Yeah, thankfully it was only a small clip kind of a thing, but yeah, somebody tagged me in a post about how they had brought their daughter to go wild and they had a really good time and such, and how they got to meet Amanda Rachel Lee, and then they got to meet myself and Mark, and hanging out with Haley and Natasha from Archer and Olive and such, and kind of like tagged us all in the post and stuff. So I was just like, oh yeah, flipping through the photos because they were all photos until they weren't. I'm like, betrayal. I thought I was safe. I was not safe.
I love it. And also because like Facebook has automatic sound on, right? So like you can't just be like, oh, I'll just look through the video but muted. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, that would be too sensible. I have since muted the website. I was like, before when I was doing grocery list and such so that Vogel can go get groceries and whatever, before I went onto any website that had a recipe, or at least before it loaded, I muted the site. I'm like, why didn't you just do that for Facebook? Come on.
Well, I learned something today that you can actually mute the site. Oh my God, you can mute the site.
Yeah. It's quite convenient.
Yeah. I just learned something today. Well done. Well done, me.
Yay. If you're wondering how to do it effectively, like if you're on an internet browser that has tabs for the different pages you've got open, I think for most browsers you can right click on the tab and say mute site. I do that anytime I go onto Netflix because Netflix will start auto playing things and like yelling at me. I'm like, calm down. I just came here to like check my watch history so I can update my reading journal. But
yeah, especially that like didn't that at the beginning is always so like, oh
yeah.
Don't call me out with it.
I always have a problem with the ones that start auto playing the show or like the movie rather than auto playing a trailer. I'm just like, if you don't have a trailer, you don't get to participate. Just stop, because I don't want it on my watch history that I watched the first like 3 seconds of some random movie because it started auto playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's so annoying. Oh yeah. Lots of people got stuff read this sprint. Yes. Oh, Julia had some curry. Nice.
Nope.
Lovely.
Excellent work. Yeah, progress is being made. Excellent. Righty. Yeah, finished. So Saku Online 1, 35 pages of what are you looking for is in the library. What you are looking for is in the library. I can't read out loud. Oh dear. Yeah, that's automatic starting videos and sound and turn off on everything. Very sensible. Let's see.
Oh, so many people are reading Murderbot. Did we inspire a thing?
I mean, I didn't do anything, but I'll take credit.
Yes, love Murderbot. Yeah, Murderbot is great. It's great. It's great.
It's on the list. I'll get there eventually.
I feel like you and Vogel would also enjoy the TV show as well. Like, I think you'd have a good time. Yeah.
No, that's fair. I'm literally reading this book right now. I'm like, this would make a great TV show. I think that it would definitely be one that I'd want to watch. I haven't seen Peaky Blinders, but I feel like it would have like notes inspired by.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched it, so I could be talking schmack.
That is one on the list that I always really struggle with TV shows because It's funny because I'm like quite happy to read a series, like books. I'm like, yeah, give me more is the best. But like, if you're like, oh, here's like a 7-season TV show, I'm like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah. The thing I find with TV shows is that like half the time you start watching them when they're still being released and then they get cancelled and then they don't have a satisfying ending. So
Yeah.
I'm more of like I have more of an inclination to start watching TV shows that are already finished or they have enough longevity that it feels like they're gonna kind of survive to a good satisfying ending. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. I'm having flashbacks to what was it? Not I was about to be like Ink and Blood, but that's not it. That's
Shadow
not
and
it. I
Bone?
got Shadow and Bone. Sorry, I got
Yeah.
distracted by Julia's comment of Inkheart, and I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah, Shadow I really enjoyed Shadow and Bone, but then wasn't it like the second season was 2 books combined or something?
Also the ending was a like a oh my
A
gosh,
cliffhanger type thing,
cliff.
and then
Thank you.
yeah.
I was like, what is that word that the thing ends abruptly?
Yeah. It was a yeah. I think that's also hard about it is, you know, when you have seasons that don't feel self-contained or like they kind of like set up a premise that's gonna be coming in a later season and then they don't get renewed, it's like, "Cool, so you just kind of left me wanting, and now I'm never
Yeah.
gonna have any kind of satisfying wrap up."
Yeah, exactly. This is also how people probably feel about books with Name of the Wind.
Yeah. It's been 84 years. Well, it's okay.
Yeah.
When I'm 63 and it finally gets published, I'm gonna probably enjoy it.
Yeah, well, I've heard that he's written the first draft, but look, this is all hearsay. Don't know. Nothing confirmed. I am not the fountain of knowledge. Don't ask me, but I've just heard rumors.
Yeah. I'm one to just kind of like be blissfully unaware about things. I'm like, oh yeah, the next Empyrean book will come out next year, even though it definitely won't. Like,
Yeah, I don't even know if she started writing it yet. So
yeah, I don't think we're there yet.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
But let's see.
Julia's
Yeah, oh my
also
god, Name of
read.
the Wind. Yep.
Also,
Oh no.
I feel like Julia, I'm calling you out so much in the live. I just feel like, oh yeah, Julia said this. Julia said this. Sorry.
We'll send her an invite link. She can just be here too.
Yeah. I should spread it out a bit, share the love a bit more. Sorry, it's just because, like, in the background, like, because you guys can't see the version that Jess and I see, Julia's name's in green, so like it stands out to me. So I'm just like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, Julia, great, thanks.
Easier to pick up on. Oh
Yeah.
dear. But you know, I don't think I have too many series, at least like book series that I've started where I'm really, really waiting on the next book. I think that like possibly the Empyrean, it would be nice if it was a little bit sooner, but I've also got other stuff to do. So it's like I got other books to read, so I'm kind of distracted myself in that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to think if there's any others that I've made you, although you haven't started. So Jess gets a couple of my, so when I do a little bit of an unhaul at home, sometimes Jess gets my, rather than it going elsewhere, Jess gets copies of them instead. So she's currently got City of Bones.
Yeah, that's, I don't think it's visible, but it's here.
Yeah.
There we go. There they are. They're sitting there waiting for me.
Oh yeah. Just down at the bottom, like this down here.
I don't have like enough books to really kind of like deck out my shelves yet, so they're just kind of like tucked down the bottom, and then my journal rainbow is in the top instead.
Someone was shouting out your journal rainbow in the chat just now, just being like, that rainbow is very satisfying, and we all agree.
Nice. Yeah, no, Rachel came over and helped me because I used to have the red ones. Oh my gosh, I can't do this backwards.
Yeah.
These red ones and the kind of orange area used to be on the other side over here, but then I didn't have any of these brown kind of colors. So I've kind of got orange twice now. It's like here and there, but it's
different types.
Exactly. Yeah. They have their own unique kind of functions in the rainbow. So it's not necessarily a rainbow how I would make it, because I'm very like Roy G. Biv pink. Like that's typically how I would work it. But this one's a little bit different. It's all good.
Yeah. And then you got your special ones underneath that's like all the like pretty spines.
Yeah, exactly. I want more of these. If they could release more of these, I'd be a very happy camper. Oh dear. Yeah. Do you think you're going to get your book finished in the next sprint?
Possibly, actually. Yeah, definitely.
I definitely won't. I still have a decent chunk. Alrighty then, it's time to go. Alrighty, we have 50 minutes of reading time. I will endeavor to not make noise at you this time, so Did you get it done?
I was expecting the bell, still got a fright.
Oh,
Yes, I did, but I had to speed up my audiobook to because it was technically an hour, but obviously because we had 50 minutes, so I was like, I'll just speed it up, which was fine, and I finished it with a minute to spare, and oh my god, it's so good. It was so good. It was so good. You have to pick it up. You have to pick it up. Add that to the
I
list.
will. I will. I see because I've got. I don't even know what I'm on. Words. I am on page 266 of 377. I can't do that kind of math in my head, but I think it's 111 pages left. Yeah.
Look, you're asking the wrong friend for math. Like, girl, you know me. I
Yeah.
am not gonna be not even that.
So I'm like, okay, I've got like roughly a third, a little less than a third of the book left. And I'm just like, how are we going to wrap things up here? Because I just feel like we don't have enough time to the extent where I jumped onto Goodreads because I'm like, is there another book in this series? And I have been lied to, but no, it's supposed to be a
A
series that
duology?
has two duologies or something. So four
Oh yeah.
books in the whole thing. Um, but the second duology is supposed to focus on different characters, but same kind of general overarching narrative.
Mm,
So I'm not sure where we're going with it. I'm enjoying the ride. Things are happening.
love it.
No
Love
spoilers.
it. Yay. Yay. It's good that you're enjoying it though. Like, because it could have gone. I mean, look, the first one was also a good time, not a long time. So it's good that you feel the same way about book two.
Yeah, no, because I went to go check on Goodreads. I also
Mm,
checked on my rating. I gave the last one 4 out of 5, and this one I
mm,
think like at the moment I'm enjoying it like a 4.5 out of 5
yeah,
level. So it's still going
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Alrighty. But how does everybody else get on? What are you up to? All right. So 30%
Yeah.
to go. Join late, so I only got 30 pages read. 30 pages read is still damn decent. Like, I think
Hmm.
I only got 36 pages read, so you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then to answer Leo's question, this was the last sprint. Yeah,
This was the last sprint that we were doing today, but hey, you can always go back and watch from the beginning. Just be careful at the like midpoint where there's just this random noise plays out of nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
No explanation.
Stacey, you should just put us on mute and just finish the book. Like, don't even
Yes,
listen to
great.
us. Yeah,
Guys,
just
everybody
like,
be quiet. Stacey needs to finish.
yeah. We'll just extend the like, yeah. Don't even listen to us. We're just gas bagging. So like, don't even just finish your 5 pages. That's so close to being finished.
Yeah, that's one of the hard parts about sprints is that if the kind of like time cutoff doesn't align perfectly with where you're at, then that can be kind of
Hmm.
frustrating. I had about 45 seconds left to go and hit the start of the next chapter. So I'm like, okay, I shall just take pause, have a sip of my drink, just like sit here and chill for a little bit. But yeah, the last one,
Nice.
it was like, cool, I'm in the middle of a scene and
Yeah,
whoops.
yeah, yeah. um, nice, nice. Oh, what the river knows. Ah, yes, nice, nice. I was like, what's Deb reading? What the river knows. Nice, nice. I don't know if you were going to pick that one up as well, Jess.
Possibly. It's somewhere on the list. I don't think it's like high on the list, but it's on that realm of like I've heard of this and heard positive things, so maybe.
Yeah.
Now as you finished what Crimson Moth, do you think you're going to start the next one right away or?
Well, so I was thinking about this because I obviously am thinking about my prompts and what I need to finish up. So today I will read. So the last prompt after Traps and Lures is digestive processes, which is finished in a day. So I'm going to pick up a novella for that one, and I'm going to pick up System Collapse by Martha Wells, another Murderbot book.
Another
Um,
bit.
yeah, yeah. So, but I think that's the last in this series. So, yeah, definitely keen to read that one. And then I'm actually thinking about picking up Leather and Lark.
Wait for
Yeah,
me.
you better be okay. You better finish it. You better finish Myth and Malice today, then.
Yep, that's right. Get on to it, Jessica. Okay, fine. Sorry,
Yeah,
Vogel, I can't prepare any food today. I must read.
yeah. I mean, you could do the audiobook, right? So then you could, because the audiobook's quite good for these. I think Rachel said so. Um, yeah. So because then I will finish my three. If I finish System Collapse and Leather and Lark, I will finish my three categories. Yes,
Yeah.
that's that. I was like, is that what we're calling it? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing a poor job of keeping track, to be completely honest. When I was away and just, reading on the plane, it was kind of just I know I set myself a TBR, but let's just take my mood reading fantasy to wherever I want to go kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I've read things, I've since assigned them to the different points, but my game board, not that it's a game board, but my game board is looking a little bit like pick and mix. There's
Yeah.
certainly a little bit more of a targeted strategy could have been better employed here. So I'm
Yeah.
reading this book. I have no idea which prompt I'm tying it to, but I'm sure that one of them will work.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't already done like a second, you could borrowed book, or because it's on KU. Oh, but no, you didn't get on KU. A recent addition to your TBR. I
Let's go
don't know.
see, because I one of
Eye-catching
the things that
cover.
I will say is that in making the reading tracker, I could have
Mm.
done a much better job of putting it so that, like, obviously on the TBR section, it has the prompt, the explanation, and then you can plan it. But
Mm.
then on the tracker, it has just the prompt without the explanation, so I have to keep on, like, changing between tabs. Rookie
Oh,
mistake.
yeah, I did a sneaky thing. I stole one tab out of the spreadsheet and then put it into my my gigantic spreadsheet because I was like, I can't jump between too many. But then so what I did is I did a formula that does the tick box. So that means that I could all on one spreadsheet put in the title of the book, but then it only counts the points if I tick the red box. So I
That's
add in
sensible.
an
I think
extra.
that that's maybe what I'll do next year because, yeah, in terms of like making the resources for the readathon and such, it's very much just Jess being like, okay, guys, we need to crowdsource information together, and I need you to be here to plan things with me. And then once it's all planned out, I'm like, cool, bye. I'm gonna go do this by myself. See ya.
And
Okay,
we were
I don't
like,
know.
do you need a hand? And you're like, nah, I got it. I'm good.
But I'm fine. I'm fine. So let's see if I can share it with you guys. So there we go. So here we have the spreadsheet. I'm looking over here because this is where my computer screen is. So please bear with me. But
Mhm.
so we've got the kind of TBR space where you could put in your title and your author. And I think it's as you add titles to it, it would calculate your points down the bottom here so that you
Mhm.
could see how many points you'd get and what level you'd reach. But then when I made the read tracking, I didn't have the elaboration. So I had to keep changing between these two tabs so that I could keep track of what I was doing. Mwah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But hey, look, we live and learn. We live and learn
Mhm.
for next year, and it'll just.
Yeah.
And to answer Stacey's question, look, possibly, most likely, but like we don't want to say like yes, yes. But I feel like this is probably something that we will be doing again next year because we love,
There's
we
like a
love reading.
93.6%
Yeah,
possibility of it happening. Like
yeah,
I know that the three of us enjoy it. It's a fun piece of creativity kind of a thing, and like obviously some work
mhm,
goes into it, but it's always a good time. I think
yeah.
it's a good time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think this year was quite cool. Are we doing a reflection moment? And the month is not even over yet,
I
but
know,
here
right?
we go.
We're not even finished. Rachel's not even here. Like, we can't do this possibly.
But I have enjoyed the fact that this year. So this year was the first year. So this is second. This is year two, but year two was also the year that we introduced non-reading prompts, which I thought was quite cute. It was quite fun. Um, and also it meant more community involvement as well, like people like showing their pictures and stuff in the Discord, which was super cool. I really, really loved that because I liked seeing everybody else's environments and then me being like, oh wow, it actually doesn't look that different to mine, even though I'm on the other side of the world. It was quite cool.
I also appreciated that one person shared their touch grass prompt, which is like take a walk in nature, and they
Yeah.
shared pictures from their walk. And Monica's like, "I know where they are." I'm like, "You're a creeper." Alrighty, Google Maps, calm down.
Hey, it's literally was just down the road, okay?
It was very fair. It was like,
Yeah,
from in and around our area, but it was quite
yeah,
funny. But no,
yeah.
I would agree though. Having the non-reading prompts has been a fun addition, I found. I haven't necessarily done all of them. Like we did our touch grass, urban greenification. I'm technically growing something from a cutting, but it's like it's too early to tell if it's going to survive the night, kind of a thing. So fingers
You got
crossed.
5 more days. 5 more days. It's good.
5 more days. As long as it doesn't die within the next 5 days, we should be fine. And I
Yeah.
also haven't done my plant-based meal because I just keep on adding like Shh, nobody asked you. I literally asked you. I'm sorry. I'm like, you keep adding animal protein to it. I'm like, dang it, Jessica. It's supposed to be a vegetarian plant-based meal. What are you doing? That's fine.
Sorry. I just like the time where it's like, hey, Jess, and you're like, absolutely not, go away.
First of all, rude.
Yeah, I was speaking.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh dear, but I'm glad that people got reading done, and I'm glad that you guys joined us. Hopefully you got some good stuff done, even if it wasn't reading related, but we appreciate having you here. If you want to do more sprints, just rewatch the video.
Yeah, because we're going to head off.
Obviously, because I may have eaten breakfast, but lunch is beckoning me. So thanks as always for being here, and we will catch you on the next one.
Bye, guys.